All right, welcome to the webinar, everybody. Thanks so much for jumping on. My name is Deane, and I have the pleasure of sharing with you this incredible device called Healy. This has gifted me the last 8 or 9 months in so many different ways. Health, wealth, relationships have all expanded and enriched different parts of my life in so many different ways. So I want to share with you Healy and how this all works. So if you have any questions, please keep them to the end. We're going to go through everything from the science and the stories and the company and the promotion and the training and everything that we give. So I'd really love you guys to bring the high vibes. If you want to get a pen and paper ready as well to take some notes, really want to make sure that the intention is that you guys leave here with everything you need to know about this incredible device, how it helps you physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, and so that you can make the best decision moving forward. There's a promotion that ends literally in the next, I think it's about 20 hours or 19 hours. So this is a global promotion. So we'll be covering that as well. But a quick little snapshot about me, for those that don't know me, I've been in the health and wellness industry for about 7 years. I grew up with a mother who was a naturopath. So I was super, super lucky. And my first stepdad was a yoga teacher. My second stepdad was a psychotherapist. And I had this beautiful, holistic, I guess, upbringing, learning about self-healing and, different modalities. But I guess the biggest challenge that I found growing up was that I didn't have the health. I had allergies, acne, and a lot of, I was a chubby kid, and asthma. And I found a lot of challenges within that as well. So I was, however, lucky enough to find my first mentor at 17 years old who helped me with fitness, nutrition, and mindset. And I got super excited about health that I just wanted to help other people. I think there's something inside of me, it might be inside of you guys, is that once I started to get these changes in my body and my mind and my health, I just wanted to help other people. I thought people were suffering. I was like, I want to take people out of suffering. How can I do that? Well, it's through me experiencing something and sharing it with the world. So at 17 years old, I used to burn documentaries handed out at my high school to educate people on zeitgeist, the monetary system and how corrupt it is, and earthlings, the food industry, and how tragic it is. And I just wanted to wake people up. I'm like, guys, we got to change. This was 13 years ago. And so from then I got into nutrition, studied nutrition health coaching, started events, workshops, a YouTube channel, and I've been working with hundreds of people over the last few years, thousands of people, in fact. And my vision is to help co-create the healthiest people on the planet. And it's to also help co-create the wealthiest people on the planet. And the first wealth, the most important part to wealth, is health. And so this is what this is all about, bringing people together who are passionate about giving back, contribution, and really helping people improve their health as well as improving their wealth as well. So with that said, what we're going to cover tonight, this afternoon, is the Healy story, the microcurrent, the science and history, who it is, how it works, the device, the promotion, and the support. I found out about this about 9 months ago, back in December 2019. A health mentor of mine, someone I've known for over 13 years, told me about it. And he said, I don't know what this device is, Zach, but I just used this device. It scanned my energetic field. It pinpointed that I needed to relax more. And then he had an amazing night's sleep that night. And he said, Zach, I don't know what this is, but just check it out. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I did a bunch of research. I was learning about frequencies and 5G and 4G and, all these advances in technology at the time. And I felt that I was like, there must be some kind of support for our body, something that can support us in the cities, something that is not relying on pharmaceuticals or supplements or creams or potions or lotions to support our body. The true health and healing starts from within. And so I was on this journey reading books and finding mentors and learning about the sunlight and grounding and all these different parts of quantum biology before Healy. So when I found out that Healy boosts ATP production, it helps the regeneration process and the electrical current within the body, it blew my mind. And I was like, how have I not heard about this, right? And so literally I connected with a whole bunch of my friends and family. I said, hey guys, come to this sunrise at 6 a.m. It's the only time you can actually see Healy. Come along. And they don't ever get up for a sunrise, but they came to see a sunrise to actually see Healy. And this was then that morning. And Brandon, my best mate and business partner now, has had this incredible experience the first time he used Healy. It literally said in his scan some incredible stuff. I'm going to get him on here to kind of share his story in a second. And it blew my mind. I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you've shared something with someone and they've had an aha moment. They've had like a breakthrough, even a breakdown, but a breakthrough in something emotionally, physically, mentally, health-wise, or financially. That just like opened my mind up to realize, oh my gosh, more people need to hear about this. So I'm going to get into the rest of the story in a second. I'm just going to quickly introduce Brandon. He has built multiple six-figure businesses and seven-figure businesses before the age of 20. He's also been a massive inspiration for me. He did a 9.5-day water fast recently, as well as a 13-day water fast. He's totally walking his talk and improving his health, mind, body, and spirit. And he's helped hundreds of people with Healy, but he's also had an incredible testimonial. So I'm going to get him on here to kind of share a bit more about it.
Awesome. What's up, guys? What's up? Nice. Thanks very much for the introduction, Zach. And wow, what a journey it has been.
And it's his birthday today. It's his birthday. Everyone wish him happy birthday in the comments.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thanks for where do I begin? First and foremost, this little device. Wow. I mean, it's just incredible what can be done. One little idea that can be shared could truly change the trajectory of your life. And that's been an experience of me for the longest time. In fact, I think I've lived more lifetimes in the last 8 months than all my times combined in all these years. And thank you very much, Kate. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And I would not, I'm kind of, I just went for a run just before and truly calling in what my next level of health looks like. So bear with me if I'm a little bit out of breath. But I guess it started out for me, a little snapshot of what came to this point. You can see my mind's completely blown. I've had a bit of a background where I've gone and I had a rough childhood. I had a rough upbringing in the sense of I wasn't emotionally understood. I didn't emotionally understand myself. And I lived in a very conditional, and I love the way I got brought up because every foreground must have a background. But I grew up, I had a Filipino mom, an American dad, and I was born in Australia. So I grew up confused. I told myself. And about the age of 15, I started my first business out of the pure insignificance and that wound that I didn't have any friends. I wasn't felt like I was enough. I couldn't learn at school. And I thought I was dumb. And I decided to start a boat party out of that pure insignificance of wanting more friends. I thought psychologically, if I start this party, then I'll be popular. And that significance kind of drove me to the point of success where, I started a 6-figure business within the math class I was failing. And, started my first 7-figure business before I was 19 using that trajectory. But I wasn't really fulfilled. I thought I was on the outside, but deep down I was hurting. And it gave me a lot of questions that were unanswered. And I started to get into the personal development scene. I followed Tony Robbins around the world, invested $150,000 into my own personal development. And every time I would go to these kind of like seminars, in-depth seminars, I would always come up with more answers as to how much my relationship with my mother actually crippled me in the sense of my upbringing. And it's like every time I went to a seminar, I was like, mother stuff. I love my mother. I love her so much. But at this point in time when my mind was blown, I hadn't spoken to her for a year. In fact, she gave me an ultimatum when I left the country to go and move my life to America. With one girlfriend, I came back with another, and she didn't really like her. In fact, she gave me the ultimatum, said, if you don't break up with her, you are not accepting the family. If you have a place to choose, it's either her or the family. You can't choose both. And that really hit home for me. I don't think I should choose either. One or the other. So I chose Zach. I moved in with Zach, and thus my, I guess, spiritual journey truly began in the sense of putting stuff into action. And I don't know about you guys, but in entrepreneurship, I had this tendency to switch from the neck down. And so my health wasn't really up to par, but since being around Zach, I've been in the best health shape yet. And I guess when I came up to this device, this moment, I had just spoken to my mother in the first time in 11 months, and she basically gave that same ultimatum, and I gave her the same ultimatum. In fact, I was willing to take it to the grave. I thought I was never ever going to speak to her ever again. And I came up a day later. Zach was running in because we were next door neighbors at that point. I was coming in, he was running out, and he said, "Bro, this is the device that scans chakras." I was like, "What? Are you serious?" And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, what if this could pick up on all the things that I've been going through? Maybe this could be the answer. And I was like, surely not. It's like a device that, I mean, you have to pay so much money just to go and find out like what's going to the bottom, at least what I believed in the personal development scene. And sure enough, when we go into this energy realm, everything is energy and energy is everything. And sure enough, when I picked up this device, it scanned my chakras. In the heart chakra, the person feels like his mother's love came at blackmail and control. And I was just like, what? Like you can see my mind's just like, whoa, how the hell did this device pick up on that? And I started to do my search. And I thought, if this could do this in 30 seconds flat, well, I've been trying to get to the bottom of over the last 7 years, scattergram approach, consciously searching, what else could this do? You know, I looked at the price, I'm like, wow, that's pretty hefty, but you know, it's worth it. I've invested that amount of money into like a coach, but with this, I can have this for my entire life. You know what? 2-week money back guarantee, I got nothing to lose. I had no intention of sharing it. I just wanted it for me. And when Zach told me about it, like a week before, it was just like, you know, that if this is what, you know, if this device can do what it says it can do, it's going to absolutely change the game. And I'm here to say that 9 months later, it has. It's changed the game for us. It's changed the game that we interact with ourselves. It's changed the game that we interact with people as soon as we meet them. Like, to give you an idea, imagine like meeting someone and to go to the depths of their psyche and actually hold that space for someone to, and then create that authentic connection. All of a sudden, connection, it gives a new name to what connection actually means. Because it's not just about, oh, how's the weather, or how's this, or what's your favorite, you know, coffee. It's actually going to the depths of what makes them the way that they are and what they can do to change that. Because my mentor always said, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. And just like that problem that was well stated, it all of a sudden told me a story that I was playing over and over and over again in my mind that I was willing to be able to let go of, and seen in front of this very smartphone that disconnects us from ourselves, all of a sudden reconnected me to who I was. And it was allowing me to see myself from a different perspective and a detached perspective. And this feedback loop all of a sudden changed. Now I've got so many other things that it helped me with, like the anxiety, the depression, all this kind of stuff that was popping up. But I was thinking, what an incredible device. And as I started to, and like 2 weeks into that, I faced my fears, and I went into, you know, Christmas with, you know, facing on what I thought I was never going to speak to my parents again. You know, what you feel will follow, what you face will free you. I've been on an incredible healing journey of compassion. And all of a sudden I was able to let go of some of that emotions that was trapped up within me and put me in the driver's seat of my life. And see, I've paid $25,000 for a coach to do me just that. And when we started to look at the world as we know it pre-COVID, we're like, what could this do for the world? You know, because the world needs more leaders, right? Not wounded leaders. We've got enough of those wounded leaders telling us to fight each other. But what if we could actually be those leaders, be the change we wish to see in the world, and fight the battle inside? Would the fight out here actually handle itself? Would the fight that's going on right now, would that just emanate into a parallel universe of love and light when we've created that inside? So I truly believe, I pose this question, could one device truly be the catalyst to a mass awakening? Because until, you know, everybody else awake, no one's awake. There's so many spiritual egos out there saying, you got to wake up. You got to wake up. But, you know, I am you and you are me. Until I'm awake, you know, one of our roommates and inspiration, Nicole Gibson, she says, until everybody's awake, no one's awake. I am you and you are me. And so this is why we're here, is to help you awaken up to what's been keeping you asleep, so you can be the change you wish to see in the world and be an example of what's truly possible by fighting what's going on inside. So really excited for you guys to see what's possible. I'm really excited for, you know, what this device has done. Thank you so much, you know, Zach, for actually introducing this into my life. I was the first person ever. And since then, I truly can say that this has categorically changed the direction of our lives to the point where there's no return. And so I'm really excited for you guys to actually jump on here. Let me see you guys. Are you excited or what? Are you excited to see what this can do for you? Are you excited to take in what could truly be a day to remember or a night to remember? As one of our good friends, Kingsley, says, this could be the thing that puts you on a different path. How many would be up for that? Say yes. Seriously, I want to see some engagement. How many guys, like, you didn't come passively? Because like Tony Robbins says, if you actually just sit there like this, watching the screen, information will go in and out the other like 10%. But if you actually participate, play full out, the chances of you retaining this information will go up to about 80, 90%. So do you want to change your life like this, or do you want to sit there, just watch and be another one of these webinars where you just, do nothing about? This could change your life. And this is the guy that's actually changed my life in terms of health. He was the first person that actually helped me, with health. And I'm just so excited for you guys to actually, get exposed to this kind of information. So yeah, man, jump on in.
Well said. Oh my gosh. So I'm tearing up a little bit because that was freaking beautiful. And seeing someone who's not in their own way and just pure expression of love and doing the best, just doing amazing things, it brings me a lot of joy. So thanks for sharing that, Brandon, and we'll jump on to share some other stories shortly. So let's go through this. As you can see, this is the first photo when I got my Healy, right? I ordered it as soon as I saw this shift that he had. I was like, I got to buy a Healy. I waited a couple of weeks. I was like literally waiting every day at the door. Like, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Like a puppy to its owner. And it finally arrived. And since then I've scanned, over 300 people. Even throughout COVID, we're doing the remote sessions as well. But even Larry, who's 87 years old, he found that his eyesight and his brain function was improving. He was able to see further and read the signs across the road. My biohacking friends, theta healing practitioners, yoga teachers, stay at home entrepreneurs, even pets and animals and plants you can scan with this device as well. We then integrated this into all of our events. It was a New Year's Eve party. We then did events at Bondi Beach in Sydney. We started meditating with it, as Brandon is doing there. And we've just gone on to share this with thousands of families over the last 8 months. And it's truly making a massive ripple. And so we went to the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. My mum, who's a naturopath, got on board, other biohackers as well, and quantum hackers, and beautiful healers and coaches and all these beautiful people got on board because they're like, this is really different. This is really different, and it's changing the game. And we then decided from Sydney to the Gold Coast, let's go do some events. So I'm really big on community. I create a sober event called Broth Night. I cook bone broth and veggie stew. We all have, sound healing meditation. There's the gong in the background there. That gong is incredible. And so we were just integrating the Healy and connecting with everyone. We did, events all across the country. We love this area so much up in Queensland. We decided to move here. So we just moved in over the weekend. And as we know, working together, I truly believe that we are all superheroes, superstars in our own life. And it's kind of like we're our own lighthouse. We're all lighthouses for light and good. And sometimes the world, especially now, can make that light dim and dark. And sometimes that light can go out. But we're really wanting to switch the switch on every single one of you's light to then express and to be in a world for love, and that's really what this is all about. This is just reminding us of what our body already does, which is self-heal. And so let's get into it. Let's go into the details. I'm sure you guys like the details. So let's break this down for a second. Nikola Tesla, the guy that lit the world through electricity, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have laptops with electricity or phones or, lights and things like that. He says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency and vibration. So energy, frequency, and vibration. This is the secrets of the universe. So imagine having a device that tapped into someone's energy, frequency, and vibration. This is a device that actually taps into that. And so before we get into this, in Europe, it's a class 2 medical device for the treatment of pain and chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, and migraine, as well as in mental illness such as depression, anxiety, and sleep disorders. A lot of what I'm about to share with you in terms of the science is not understood by the conventional box of medicine. And so in America, it's FDA cleared, not FDA approved just yet. And in Australia, they'll get more and more certifications. It's quite hard and strict here in Australia. So how does the science work? So in terms of frequency, if we understand that there are frequencies that are good for us, like connecting back to nature, sunrises, earthing, structured water, good quality food, we also understand there's the opposite, the duality of, say, bad frequencies like EMF, laptops, fake light. These are frequencies that aren't natural to the body, and they cause more disharmony in the body. But imagine there was a frequency that actually helped the regeneration of your cells, the cell voltage. Okay, so a lot of what I'm going to share with you are actually behind my photo here. Robert O'Becker and Bjorn Nordenstrom, these guys are amazing. Actually, there's a book here on PMF. This is, frequency therapy is becoming more and more common these days. This was Robert O'Becker's book. I don't know where the book went. I think moving, it got ripped. But Body Electric. And this book studies the regeneration process of salamander lizards. Okay, so salamander lizards, I don't know if you know this, but if you cut their leg off, it regenerates perfectly. But if you look at a frog's leg, it's different. The regeneration process of a frog doesn't grow back. You cut its leg off, too bad, buddy. So they actually pinpointed this. So what is it about the salamander that regenerates itself? What is it? So they found that it's a specific electrical current, right? And they pulled that electrical current, they attached it to the newly, cut off leg of the frog. And guess what happened to the frog's leg? The frog's leg started to grow back through a specific microcurrent. All right, they were studying back this many years ago through Robert O'Becker's work. So that's what this is tapping into, using frequency to regenerate and help our cells increase the battery ability within each meridian, chakra, all the different parts of our body, all the different electrical signals supporting the cell voltage. Even with plants, okay, you have plants that if you have two sets of plants, you cut the plant's roots off of one plant, connect a certain electrical charge, it regenerates 3 times faster than the normal plant. Okay, so this is tapping into this voltage that we have in our body, and this type of technology has been suppressed many times throughout the last 100 years. The American Medical Association, Big Pharma, they don't like this, right? People have been kicked off medical boards because this is too good. And there's science to back all this stuff up. But in terms of ATP, this helps to produce more cell energy. And then with more energy, more flow, more chi, your body does what it's designed to do, which is thrive. So in life, we have things that take us out of balance. Life stresses, whether it's toxic thoughts, toxic trauma in the body, or toxic, or even trauma in the body, right? The 3 T's: thoughts, trauma, toxins. And so that causes disharmony in the body. And so we do everything every day to stay healthy. You guys, I'm sure, live a very healthy lifestyle. Meditation, good quality water, food, all that type of thing, breath work or ice exposure, some of my crazy biohacking friends are into. And these things every single day support our field, support our energetics. So imagine there was something that also supported your energetics, that didn't bypass what you're already doing, but accelerated and supported what you're already doing. So you integrate this, you use it a couple of times throughout the day, and it helps to support your energetics. So this brings your body back into a cell healthy voltage, and that's where the body's then does what it does best, which is thrive. So for me personally, what I actually found as I put it on my ears with the ear clips, within a couple of minutes, I've had spurts of anxiety throughout my whole life, depression, I've had overwhelm and worry, and my mind is so powerful sometimes it gets the better of me. And so sometimes I get triggered and worried and overwhelmed, and I'm like, oh. And so when I started this journey with the Healy, I put the Mental Balance Acute on. If you guys love the Mental Balance Acute, put a yes in the comments. Or the anxiety programs or the depression programs, these are so powerful. In a couple of minutes, my breath was more calm. I felt more relaxed. I wasn't worrying about the past or the future. I was just so much more present and more me. And I realized it's like in that moment, I wasn't taking a pill or a potion or paying lots of money to mentors or some meditation program. I was literally putting something on my ears and allowing that to just do its thing. And within a short period of time, I felt this like groundedness in my body. And I thought of all the people out there globally who are struggling right now in this moment. They're at home, they're worried, they're on their couch, they're just stuck procrastinating. This could potentially be that catalyst to shift their mindset, to get them moving. And since then, people have been using this over and over again to support them through some food addictions or even through, alcohol, shifts. That's been quite a powerful tool to let go of some old habits of our old self and to reintegrate habits towards a new self and to break the pattern, so to speak, of some negative habits. So that's one of my favorites. If I'm dropping out, my apologies. It's new reception on here. But in terms of physically, I started to use it on my jaw and reduced tension that I've had for 10 years in my jaw within 20 minutes. 80% of the tension is gone. And then even this injury that I had on my knee that flared up in the gym usually would take me about a week to recover. I was using it on my knee and recovering overnight, and I was able to get back in the gym the next day. So it's speeding up the recovery. And it also helped me with my sleep and my dreams and my energy the next day. So emotionally, it helped me with food cravings and things like that as well. And so it also works on the meridian lines, the chakra lines, and the bioenergetic field. And so it does two things, guys. This is the simplicity of how it all works. It analyzes specific frequencies in your body that are causing bioenergetic imbalance. So think about it right now. What's out of balance for you? Is it stress, anxiety, energy, sleep? Is it, too many toxins? Is it emotional? What is going on for you? This will actually pinpoint with the crystal that's inside of here. This crystal, just like the crystal that picks up the frequency waves for radio waves, the radio waves are picked up by the crystal in our car radio. The crystal in here picks up human waves, human frequency waves, and pinpoints out of 120 programs what your body needs right now. And so then it directs the frequencies back to your body, either through the wristbands, the ear clips, or sticky pads onto the pain on your body. And the programs are 20 minutes to 60 minutes. Some are a lot longer. There's programs for energy, relaxation, releasing tension, for your immune system, which is the care, pure. Yes, there's joints and helps, inflammation in different areas as well. It helps balance out you emotionally, great for meditation. And with Brandon, we did the 13-day water fast and less than 50 calories a day. It was the most spiritually shifting experience that we've ever experienced, ever, physically, mentally, emotionally. And so there's programs that came up for us during that period was the Pure program. So that's about getting rid of environmental toxicity and also around lymphatic system and lungs. I had, weak lungs growing up with asthma. And this was actually pinpointing that system needed extra support. But within this scan that the machine does, it also pinpoints back pain. Our friend Rob, he literally had a 9 out of 10 pain in his back. He had a spinal fusion surgery from the army, and within the scan, which takes 15 seconds, it pinpointed back pain. He put the sticky pads on, and within about 10 minutes, he found that his pain went from 9 out of 10 to 2 out of 10. And so that was really, really powerful. Seeing his testimonials, Jess had it on her ears, did the mental balance. She then had a 10-hour sleep that first night, and she's had insomnia for 5 years. I went to the gym, my muscles came up out of balance. So the next day. So this pinpoints what's out of balance for you, right? So in life, things cause stress, and the Healy, I guess the best analogy I've got at the moment is that when you go bowling for the first time, you put the roller guards up so the bowling ball doesn't go into the gutter. And so how I see the Healy is that the Healy is putting the roller guards up on life. So you're not able to zig and zag as much, and you're able to keep that momentum forward. There's programs for memory, concentration, balance, nerves, positivity, sleep, getting into the deep sleep, the REM sleep, skin programs, nail programs, anti-aging, skin elasticity, acne. My little brother did the scan. It came up acne in his first scan. It pinpointed that was out of balance for him. I did a remote session with someone the other day. It literally pinpointed scar system. And 30 minutes prior to the scan, they had literally just burnt themselves on the pots and pans that they were cooking. And they said, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you knew that. This has just picked up that I've burnt myself through." She was in America. I was here in Australia. Crazy. Through the quantum. This is what it's tapping into. There's mental programs. There's meridian programs. Some people have back pain, but it doesn't come up back pain. It comes up meridians. And so they run the meridian program, and that then actually helps their back pain. There's immune system, cold, allergies, so many different programs, all the chakra programs, protection programs against electrosensitivity, and many other programs. Even the electrosensitivity one, guys, like putting our phone on us, holding this in our pocket, on our body, even on flight mode, drops our energetic field with this machine that I saw in Sydney by Dr. Runga from 100 point, it brings it down 10 points. Now, when we put the electrosensitivity program on here, it actually boosted our field 5 points. So it mitigated and strengthened our field by 50%. So that was quite amazing. Also putting the Bluetooth on with the Healy, it didn't affect our energetic field as well. And if you're worried about EMFs, once the Healy is programmed, you disconnect the Bluetooth, right? And you don't need to have the phone with it all the time. It takes 2 minutes to program, and then you can walk outside without your phone. So just to recap, 144,000 frequencies. There's a quantum processor in here that's based on German technology that's been around for nearly 15 years. They have a machine called Time Waver. This is how it's administered back to the body, guys, the sticky pads, the ear clips, and the wristbands. And these Time Waver machines, they have 2,000 practitioners globally. They're in 40 countries. They've helped 500,000 people, and they wanted to help more people. Right? They thought, why don't we invent a device that doesn't need the practitioner and everyone can just use it in their everyday life, with using the thing that disconnects us to reconnect us. And so now we have access in the palm of our hand to this frequency machine where anyone at home can use this. And, you know, we're coaching people over the phone through Zooms on how to use this machine. It's really easy. You just connect it through your smartphone, go through the apps. And really there's an awakening going on right now. As you guys know, the time to change is like yesterday. We don't want to be going back to the old way. The old way, we don't want that normal. That was still broken. We want to create a new earth, a new structure. And this is what this quote talks about. Nikola Tesla says, the day that science begins to study the non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries in its entire existence. We're living in that decade right now, right? We all have this, not just opportunity, but we have a responsibility with how we think, how we act, who we spend time with how we invest our money to create a new shift in consciousness, right? This is huge. We're living through the most exciting time in human history. Put a yes in the comments if you're excited that you're living in one of the most exciting times in human history. So Marcus Schmeke, right? So Marcus was the inventor of Time Waver. He then created Healy 2 years ago. He's a philosopher, physicist. He's written 25 books on consciousness, his own institute as well, where he gets high-end scientists, physicians, therapists, engineers to talk about the next generation of consciousness. When I interviewed, I had one question on one of the webinars. I said, what's your morning look like? And he always starts his day with lemon in water. He's very healthy. He looks, you know, he's just such a humble man and really feeling into his energy. I feel that his heart's in the right place and he truly wants to raise the vibration of the planet. So literally Marcus then partnered with Nuno Nina. Nuno Nina's already been using the 144,000 gold frequencies in his 7 clinics for the last 15 years. So all these frequencies that Healy has, they didn't just make them up. You know, these are actually tried and tested and been proven for over 15 years. So Nuno Nina, he's like the godfather of frequency therapy in the whole world, and he's on the scientific board. Okay, we've got the godfather. This is what the normal machines would look like. Massive machines. It's not portable, right? You can't carry that around. It's 25,000 euros plus. And so you'd sit on a bench or a chair and put these rods and get a treatment. $100, $200, $300 for a session. It's not affordable. Plus the time to go to a session doesn't make sense. Imagine being able to get the benefit from a little device where you could use this every day before you go to bed, while you're watching a movie, while you're going for a walk, you know, before exercise, after exercise. There's so many, you can just use this all the time. You use it 3 times a day. They recommend a couple glasses of water with every session and always 30 minutes of grounding. Get connected to nature. It's a healthy habit anyway. And so Marcus connected with Nuno Nina, then also Caroline McMacken. This lady is the queen of frequency therapy. She's been using FSM, frequency-specific microcurrent therapy, for sports rehabilitation, energy recovery, athletes, sports, high-end professionals. She gets called in to help these high-end sports professionals to recover from injuries or breakages and surgery. So she is on the board of Healy. She's behind it, as well as all these other doctors, these other holistic practitioners who are naturopaths, physicians, they are homeopaths, acupuncturists, epigeneticists, phytotherapy, energy medicine practitioners. This is a holistic group of people. This isn't just one person who has some credentials. This is a holistic group, and they really, you know, see the future of medicine, see the future of where the world's going. And I have a lot of trust in who these guys are. They have a great reputation. A lot of the frequency specialists I'm talking to, they go, oh, Caroline McMacken, I studied with her 10 years ago, or I've known about her stuff, or I already have her machine. there's a Healy, and she recommends that. That's amazing. So in terms of the science, how does it affect our blood? Our blood is the river of nutrition, of oxygen, of going through the body. And so this blood was before. This is a before photo. You've got blood that's sticky, stuck together, lethargic. This is what your blood looks like if you were to eat a fast food meal, or you were to have, say, lots of alcohol last night and wake up, you'd feel very drained and groggy. And Now, within 1 hour, using the microcurrent with the immune system program, you've gone from sticky, connected, really low vibe blood to a higher, more negatively charged. So they're not sticking together, and there's more nutrition and energy going through your body. So if you ever get sick, right? If I've felt run down the last few months, working pretty hard lately, and my body's like, oh, you need to have a rest, I use the immune system one, maybe the cold one, and I feel like my body is back to normal the next day. It's literally picking me up before I fall down, so to speak. So in terms of mental illness, autism, this is on the rise at the moment, unfortunately. There are some great testimonials online around frequency microcurrent for autism, incredible results. This is on YouTube. Just Google that or YouTube that, and you'll be able to see a great testimonial by a man and the benefit to his child. So this is the Healy effect, okay? This isn't just my word, and literally, please don't take anything that I say. Do your own research, okay? Put your BS meter really high and dig deep into the science, all the testimonials. Specifically, this group, you've got the Healy experience. This has got over 30,000 people in here since in the last 4 weeks. Another 10,000 people have joined. So you can go in here and search the testimonials for stress, sleep, skin, pain, whatever it is, MS. You can go in there and search, and you'll see all the testimonials. So this is a growing community. If you already have a testimonial and you haven't shared in here, please share it. It's going to really help inspire other people. Now, just so you know, the Healy is never designed to cure, prevent, reverse any disease or illness. It's just helping your body get back into bioenergetic balance. And so these are all the testimonials, for pets, for just all walks of life, everyone experiencing great results. I'd love to actually know from some of you who are watching who have a Healy, please just put in the comments. This is just random. What have been some of your benefits, some of your results since using the Healy? Maybe just a couple of lines, or maybe your favorite program. We'd love just to see what you guys are using and some of the results you guys are experiencing. Now, this is all about launching Healy, okay? As you know, the world's changing, and we now have this opportunity and responsibility to change the world. So what's next, right? So we've now decided to partner with Healy because we are all about freedom, a freedom lifestyle. We're all about wellness and optimizing our health and helping other people. And ultimately, we want to impact and contribute to this next wave of the world. And so when we're looking at who we're going to partner with, what companies, where do we invest our time, energy, and resources, we want to look at who is behind Healy, right? The science team, Nuno, Nina, Marcus, the leadership, as well as knowing that this is funded by a conscious and spiritual investor and founder, Christian Harper. He actually is a billionaire. He's got made a lot of his wealth through cryptocurrency, and has invested millions of dollars into Healy. He's also one of the owners of the only vegan Michelin star restaurants in the world. So he only invests into green, sustainable, conscious businesses. He's behind Healy, as well as knowing that this is so unique, right? A machine that can literally disrupt the consciousness of the planet and potentially tip the world into a new way of living. Amazon, with their distribution network, wanted to buy Healy. But Marcus and the team said, no, we're not going to do it. We want to keep this all in-house, keep the integrity really strong. And they've decided to say no to Amazon. But just to kind of give you a bit of an idea, all designed in Germany. It's only Class 2 medical device on the network marketing arena globally, European certification that is. And we now have access to that all year round to use this. We're going to get into the prices in just a second. I'm just going to get Brandon back on to talk a bit more about the vision, what's actually going on here and why we're here. And always, go back to the person that invited you to this webinar. They can send you a link to get started, as well as the coupon code to save you between $500 to $1,000 US. that's going to be lasting for the next 19 hours. And just go back to the person that invited you. But Brandon's going to jump on, share a bit more about the vision of this company and about this community. And then I'm going to end with more of the prices, how to get started, all the support and training that you get as well. I'll be back in just a sec.
Awesome. What's up, guys? So how exciting, first of all, how exciting is this? Like literally, what? Like this is the most incredible time in the history of time. Despite everything that's going on in the world right now, despite the fact that there is a lot of energy that's going into us being asleep, being dependent on, a system that doesn't really care about us. Here's a company that actually cares about us, that puts people first, that puts people against, put people first instead of profit. Because my number one belief is this, is that when you put impact first, the income will come in. Like impact will always drive income. And so when we're looking at not just the opportunity, but the responsibility that we all have as human beings, and this company in particular, we need to come together. We need to come together because let me ask you this question. How profitable are we when we're actually healthy? We're not very profitable, are we? It's actually super profitable for us to be at the effect side of the equation. And so for us to take responsibility and to be, in charge of our energy, like energy is everything. My number one firm belief is this, is like our energy introduces us. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, there's so much attention and intention that's going and taking us away from us. It's this mentality of us versus us. But we're seeing an uprising. We're seeing an uprising of people coming together. And I see so many people diss this industry of network marketing that it's like, any opportunity, we've been programmed with any opportunity nowadays is a scam, when the real scam is the pyramid scheme out there. It's the pyramid scheme that's telling us to fight each other instead of, banding together. Because if you think about divide and conquer, what are we looking at right now? Is we're starting to see that the barriers are starting to be broken down, because all of a sudden we're starting to see the real truth. Because when we look at this opportunity right now, okay, the opportunity that we have, and let me just quote Jeff Bezos, the most richest person in the world right now. He credits his number one success to timing. Now think about it as an opportunity and a responsibility. For the first time in the history of time, people are excited or scared of health. Like it's neither one or the other, but it's the fact that everybody is super conscious of health for the first time in the history of time. Thanks to the media and thanks to social media, we are all aware of this one thing called health. So when we're looking at this opportunity for us to come into this, new earth, birth this new earth, there's about 100,000 Healys out there right now against 8 billion people. Think about that from a perspective of, well, okay, could this be the very next Apple? Could this literally be the very next thing that can get us into this new age, this new revolution? And with the backing of 15 years, looking at the people that will never sell, looking at the companies, the people that are running this company, they are putting people first and putting the mission more important than the commission. And with that, there's a lot of commission that can be made as a byproduct of helping people, be the change they wish to see in the world and be an example of what's possible. So it's super exciting because we get to rewrite history. We get to take the pen and participate in what could be the very beginning of a new era of health, a new era of relationship, a new era of relating. And this is what we need to do. Is the very like if I think about what's going on in the world right now, anxiety is increasing, depression's increasing, suicide in Australia between the ages of 25 to 35, 1 in 3 males are suicidal, commit suicide. That just tells me that something's wrong, that something's not right, that the society, like people want to go to a new normal, like Zach talked about. Like we don't want to go back to a new normal. The new normal wasn't actually supporting us. It wasn't supporting our spiritual and mental, emotional capacity to tap into our true genius. And we've been sold a vision to like go to school, get good grades, get a safe, secure job, and be part of the system that doesn't really support us to keep at the effect side of the equation. This could be the breakout of the matrix. And if it's one thing that ticks our boxes for the first time to put our name behind us, one, it had to tick a couple of boxes. One, it could be something that people could use without a compensation plan attached, right? Someone that could actually, take this and just look after themselves. They didn't have to be part of the business. That ticked the box really well to the point where I still don't know how this compensation plan works, and I should, but it doesn't matter because I'm more about the people than the actual compensation plan. I'm more about helping other people than helping myself, because when you help enough people get what they want, ultimately, Zig Ziglar said this, ultimately you can have everything that you want. And so that was tick box number one. Tick box number two, it could bring and reunite people. Because at the end of the day, this is speaking about the same thing, energy, frequency, vibration. We have seen, and it was a vision of ours, like people coming together from all different backgrounds, coaches, nutritionists, consultants, network marketers. All of a sudden, these people are coming together for a common cause, a common mission. That ticked the box. Within 9 months, we've helped over 3,500 homes, not 3,500 people, 3,500 homes, being the lighthouse that Zach talks about. And the third box was that this could literally disrupt an industry. This is not just a pill, a potion, a lotion. This is on the leading edge. This is on the leading edge of a new, and they are the owners of this whole new industry. They have 10 million patents pending frequencies. The only other people buying up frequencies is Apple and Amazon. What do you think that tells us? They're not going to roll out frequencies until their 20-year product plan is fulfilled. Like Apple already knows where they're going to be. They're not going to jump into this market in the next 5 years. That gives us 5 years to actually capitalize off this momentum, leveraging what's going on out there, leveraging this so-called pandemic, and putting the plan in place for us to awaken the next generation and the next generation to come. Because let me close with this. It only takes one generation to get conscious for the entire world to change. And this is my belief. It's the world and the generation that's not even born yet. Yes, we can heal our lineage. We can go into our programs. We can actually be that change, but it's the people that we're going to give birth to that aren't even being born yet that are the true generation. And it's up to us. It's our responsibility to take charge. So the question is it going to be now, or is it going to be in 10 years? Because I guarantee you this wave is just begun and it's no stopping. It's a tsunami, and it's not just a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So you get to choose. You get to decide whether you want to be on the leading edge, you want to be on the, on the cuff of this new age, this new revolution. It is a revolt. Look at everybody going on and going out of their homes and revolting against the government. This is a revolt, a revolution, and you guys get to participate in it. If you guys are watching this right now in 2020, when in 2030 this is going to be everything, I can't even imagine what the next Healy 10 is going to look like if this is just Healy 1. Think about it. iPhone 1, what's iPhone 10 going to look like? We've already seen that. So we get to go back in time and see what it was like, with the success of Apple, and we get to partner with that. So that's what we're really excited about. We hope to see you there. We've got a lot of training and development, because at the end of the day, we want to disrupt not just the education system, but we want to disrupt and redefine network marketing for good, because there's a lot of good in this industry. It's blessed so much of my life. I can't even describe you the meaningful connections that come from this as a byproduct of being the best possible self that you can be, with a vehicle to apply personal development to, with a frequency device that allows you to be so much more. Wow. This is the Trojan horse of spirituality, and you get to be a part of it.
All right. Woo! Who's fired up? That was crazy. I love it. Thanks, Brandon. Love your energy. Love what this is about. This is why we're here. So in terms of the devices, there's 4 different devices, okay, guys? They're all the exact same hardware. If these are 4 devices, they're all exactly the same, whether it's the 500 US or the 2,500 US, depending on the exchange rate, it changes, right? Now, you can upgrade at any point. You just pay the difference. And in Australia at the moment, and in the US, and in New Zealand, and in Europe, and other parts around the world, there's what's called there's a promotion, a global promotion. So you're saving $500 to $1,000. In Australia, it's $800 to $1,500 savings, and you're getting a free upgrade. And you can upgrade at any point later on, but most people start on that resonance because that scans the body, does the emotional scan, does everything, as well as recommend the programs to the body. 2-year warranty, 13-day money back guarantee, 14-day money back guarantee, 2-year warranty. After the 2-year warranty, if you lose it or break it, it's like a 300 euros as a replacement. And then you just upload the software. There's no ongoing costs. If you're wanting to share it and things like that, there's free membership at the moment. In the future, that'll be like $50 a year, so it's nothing. And in the future, they'll also roll out digital nutrition around pets, also around anti-aging, and also brain function. So there will be smaller subscriptions based on personalization and more frequencies for you and your family. So that's all optional. And so with that, there's a fast start. So if you want to share Healy with a few people, what I did is I shared it with 6 people in my first month. They all bought the top of the line model, and they all did that. And then the first 3 sales that I made, I ended up getting a free resonance. So I bought one, and then I ended up selling 3, and I got another resonance free. So I had another one to lend out, to gift to someone, to trial for a couple of days. And so if you do want to get started and share this, it's completely optional. You don't have to share it. But just that first 30 days, I highly recommend you share it with a couple of people so you can get an upgrade. If you don't start on the resonance, you start on a lower one, you just get upgraded to the different model. The prices are an upfront. There's no payment plans at the moment, unfortunately, but you can start on the lower one and upgrade later. In terms of the support that we have, we do trainings twice a week for the product. Last week, we spoke about the remote sessions and the remote scanning, how to actually do that through Zoom or through your phone. We also, talk about how to use the app. I've created a website on exactly step-by-step to become an expert with the Healy for your own life, as well as we do business training. We have a business portal and group, and we check in every single week with everyone. We're actually starting a business accelerator. So if anyone's on this call, I might just put this in here, quantum action. This is to apply. It's for all groups, actually. It's not just for our team. This is for anyone in your team who wants to learn about the fundamentals to share this, how Brandon and I have shared this at events, how we've done it online, offline, and how we communicate this message in a way that trains you step by step so that you guys can be what we're doing, where you are, and to really become influencers and really, give back and build whatever your dreams are, So, in our team personally, I have like 4 people in my team that I personally enrolled that are earning over 5 figures a month. This is crazy. This is life-changing. They're able to follow their podcast dreams. They're able to travel, wherever they are, if they can travel. They're able to get, do more of their coaching or start more programs or spend more time with their family or buy more organic food or whatever it is for them. Their finances and money is just a way of actually, doing more of what we want to do on this planet and adding more value. So, for me, it's actually helped me quit my job 3 months into starting Healy. I was already working full-time job, and I was able to 3 months in, I got made redundant, but I was totally happy with that. And I've been doing this ever since. So in terms of joining a team, it's really important that you join a team that's committed, that has training, that has one-on-one as well as group focus. So our team has that. We have groups and trainings and focus groups and calls. We're always there for you guys. We are so fired up. This is a 10-year vision for us. We're doing this for a whole decade, not just for a quick buck and a 12-month kind of in and out. We're committed to this. So we're committed to your success. In terms of the group to join, I've just put that in the comments here as well, guys. Feel free to join our group. In terms of the business training, this is the group to join. That's this one here. And so super excited for you to join that, go through the questions, and please talk to the person that invited you into this webinar to get started. Go grab their link. They'll give you a promo code and they can help you get started. Everyone that attends this webinar in 3 hours, even those that have registered who haven't attended, will also get a replay of this webinar. So if you're wanting to send this out, this is only available the next 48 hours. But in terms of the promo, it's only available the next 19 hours. So get in quick, guys. We look forward to seeing you on the other side, and super excited to help you with your journey moving forward. So excited to see you all. Thanks so much for your time, and have an amazing night, day, morning, wherever you are. See ya.